Then they talk about, damn, I hope I don't get in trouble over shit like this. This is not, what I'm describing is not classed.
Clear, dangerous game.
And then how they have...
Stop!
Are we good for this part?
I don't know about that one.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're not going to dive into that part. I'm about to cross the line here. Hey, what's up, team? All right, today we're going to be doing some more cool stuff after we did the military tier stuff. You guys are asking a lot about the tier 1 units and like who's the most secret. So today we're going to do a reaction with Theo over at Combat Arms channel. Go ahead and check his channel out. And we are going to start breaking some more stuff down for you guys. If you guys like this type of content, go ahead and click that like button. If you guys don't like it, go ahead and dislike the video, but let me know down below in the comments how I can fix or improve for your guys' entertainment. Feel free to let me know also down below in the comments future videos you guys may want to see us do in the future together. Throw out those recommendations because we will do them. Also, if you guys are new here and want to see more content like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we post 2 to 3 times a week. We talked about Delta Force and SEAL Team 6, aka DEVGRU, the ISA, Special Tactics Squadron, and, you know, Ranger Battalion, Super Secret Squirrels. We're going to hit inside of, like, you know, what these units kind of do, and we're going to talk about some of our personal experiences. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Guys, stick around. In 2 weeks, there's going to be a really great video with me and Theo in it, and you guys are going to love it. You guys are going to learn some stuff, like I said in the last video about Theo, that I promise you didn't know, and we are going to give you guys serious inside knowledge on some really cool things. Go ahead and send it on this video first, though.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get it.
Phil H. Bucklew, credited as the father of naval special warfare, was with the 1st Amphibious Scouts and Raiders group formed in
Never heard of her.
1942.
Just kidding.
These
Everyone's
brave
pissed.
I do like how we're getting a little bit of the background for these like special forces units because you don't really hear like where a lot of them originated from. I know where like the British SAS came from, but not so much our own special forces. And this is pretty cool.
The only ones that like I'm familiar with is like Raiders, SF, and then Delta, you know, just like the typical in-house big ones, but like the hard hitting history, not like this. No. So this is cool. Dude.
From Korea and Vietnam to conflicts beyond, special operators have played crucial.
Could you imagine being a SEAL in Vietnam, bro?
Both declared and unconfirmed.
No.
But what is the most secret unit in the U.S. military's?
Do you know
I know like the
disgusting
the
you would
Raiders. Be? I know, dude. You got to be. I mean, Vietnam already is just like the worst. So like embracing the suck is like damn near impossible. But those guys literally just became the suck.
They became bushes and dirt.
Yeah, they were literally mud.
The most secretive unit belongs to the CIA. Or maybe it belongs to the Army, whom they fall under. But the Intelligence Support Activity, ISA, appears to work primarily for Joint Special Operations Command.
So that's kind of what we were talking about in the last video we did together, the tier shit. Like, if we want to talk about quite literally like the 3 big ones, it's going to be DEVGRU, it's going to be Delta, and it's going to be the ISA. And I think it's cool how in the last video we kind of talked about how we wanted to do the ISA, and I'd love to do an even more like in-depth one in the future. But right off the bat, they're already admitting they're like, it's the CIAs or the armies or who knows. It's all speculated.
I mean, it makes sense. With the intelligence community, a lot of the stuff they deal with is like very classified and they're pretty passionate about keeping that stuff a secret. But now you have this intelligence unit that's working with all these other guys that are just doing all this other secretive stuff. So it just kind of compiles and yeah, it's going to be very, very secret squirrely for sure. Spooky
ass shit. It's like Sicario shit, bro. I'd say
Delta Force is the greatest special forces unit America has to offer.
Let's go! Navy, get pissed. Go ahead, baby. Do it.
It just made the decision for everybody.
It's true. It's true. The reason Delta is so lethal is because they're like the #1, you know, DA counterterrorism group there is. I won't say the world because, you know, the people across the pond are going to get upset. If you guys know who we're talking about, drop it in the comments. Delta is, you know, they're quiet as well, and they're just fucking aggressive. They do all this shit. And then ISA, we're kind of kicking DEVGRU to the side here. Sorry. I think of the 3, they're the bottom one. What do you think?
I would say so as well. A lot of people don't know the ISA, so they will absolutely disagree, and that's totally okay. But again, having some experience with all of them, I would say so.
Yeah, and the thing is, people, the ISA, for those of you who don't know, how would I word this? Correct me from like DA type shit. They have shooters. They have shooters. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
And they have like in-house shooters. They work a little bit differently. So like you might have, this is going to sound weird. You might have dudes from like Delta and like the teams in the ISA doing shooter stuff, or like Ranger Battalion in the ISA doing shooter stuff.
They are based entirely off the SAS, which means they don't disclose photos or information unless it is absolutely necessary, and the
that's
photos
the other
that are disclosed
people we're
are
talking
approved.
about.
Other than the Special Activities Division that conducts black operations in America, and because of this, they can't risk having books and movies revealing information.
Wait, hold up.
Activity.
Wait, whoa. I'm running it back a little bit because now they're talking about SAD. So for those of you who don't know, SAD is the Special Activities Division. That's part of the CIA. I think what they said is they're comparing ISA to like SAD.
Yeah, they worded it kind of weird, huh?
They worded it weird, and it sounded like they accidentally tripped and meant to say like Delta, but technically I would compare ISA to SAD.
I would imagine they work together a pretty decent amount. I mean, the intelligence communities in general,
they all work together,
but it really depends.
They're everywhere. They're all interlinked, and that's why if you know, you know. But the biggest thing and cool thing about being part of the intel community is that you are a liaison for everybody, every single branch, internal and domestic, for everything. And it's so cool because you're so involved.
The dogs in Delta Force are usually blurred in pictures.
Oh my God, bro.
A dead-eyed briefer started out by saying, "Welcome to the Delta Force recruitment briefing." Then immediately said, "Always remember there is no such thing as Delta Force." We all looked around puzzled as he went through a series of slides and videos about Delta.
Before we dive into it, like we said in the last video, there is the like introduction to where there's that mass email that will go out and you can go in, as long as you meet the prereqs and get that email, you can go and sit in on this meeting and you can think you're the coolest person in the world for a little bit.
I mean, I would imagine the recruiters are going to try and make it seem very spooky and very badass. But at the same time, there are people that have been there and done that. So they're probably just trying to make it relatively serious without these guys thinking too highly about what they're trying to do.
Dude, I have a funny story, actually. When you go into the intel world, when your specific intelligence MOS is, you have like, they kind of mentioned it, Task Force Orange, ISA. Now it's under, like, what is it? USA fucking PAO?
Is it?
Whatever. The meeting that I went to was like 2 years ago in fucking 2019. Task Force Orange tries to do the recruiting. They brought us to this fucking skiff. Simple terms for everybody watching. It's like a top secret facility where you can like talk about whatever sensitive information, okay? Everyone in the military is freaking out right now. They're like, fucking what? No, it's just like a building. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's the reason. You can only talk about this shit in these specific buildings that are like cleared. You have to have clearances to go inside of them and all this shit. But long story short, Task Force Orange to go and try out. Same thing as like the Delta shit. And dude, the people, since you're talking about like them like hyping stuff up, oh my God, dude shows up and in a suit, he's like, hello, I'm not going to tell you who I work for or who I am with, but we go under the designated name USA, blah, 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 blah. And then like, I'm like listening and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's see what's going on. And the thing is, like, when you're doing this, like, you're not told like what the briefings are for half the time. Sometimes you will, but then half the time they're like, hey, we want you to come over and go to this brief with like a handful of other people in MOSs. And you're like, okay. But then they're like, I work for, like I said, blah, blah, blah. We are very secretive. Right. I want you to watch this video. Boom, watch the video. Video was really fucking cool, really fucking hot, made you want to do whatever the fuck they were doing. Then they talk about, damn, I hope I don't get in trouble over shit like this. This is not, what I'm describing is not classed.
Play a dangerous game.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're being pretty vague and generic.
I'm trying to be vague about it.
It's literally stuff you would see in the movies.
Yeah, and if you dig deep enough, it's open source knowledge, okay? This is not closed source shit. And then how they have...
Stop!
Are we good for this part?
I don't know about that one.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're not going to dive into that part. I'm about to cross the line here. But they went through this video, and he's like, we're not talking about blah, 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 blah. And then the dude in the class was like, oh, so this is for task force. This is for this is for Orange or whatever. I forget how the dude worded it. And then the guy was like, he's like, I'm just not going to talk about it. And he talked to because like obviously there's officer liaisons that are in charge of that meeting room. Talked to the officer, got that dude in trouble. He got in trouble for admitting that the dude was a recruiter for task. I'm like, dude, It ain't even like that. This is a briefing. You invited everybody here. And like I said, there's videos like this out on YouTube. On YouTube. You don't even have to search for it. It's not on like Sipper or even like, you know, or anything like that. For those of you who don't know, Sipper is basically like a
classified internet.
Yeah, internet that is secret. You have to be inside of a secret facility to access this secret internet. I hope you guys are learning cool stuff here.
How much do you guys get paid? The answer was a cold. If you are here to inquire about pay, you are in the wrong place.
Facts.
Up with, we get paid well.
Yeah.
Next question.
That'll piss
After
people
that
off
frosty
for
dress
sure.
down,
They do
nobody
get
else
paid well.
bothered to ask anything.
But it's not about the money.
Said I was not ready to throw away my moral compass or become devoid of conscience, so I never joined. I thought.
Hey, I want to hit on that really quick. Two or three things. We talked about in the last video about how Delta is just like, they're out there, they're not as secret, but like, dude, you meet people in Delta, they don't say shit about what they do. I even have dudes who are like brothers with Delta boys, and they served in SF together, and then one of the brothers went Delta, and he tried opening up to his brother about what was going on, and obviously he's not going to tell me like anything his brother said, but he's like, I'll tell you that my brother, my best friend, literally won't even tell me anything he does inside of the unit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I don't know if you guys are doing fucking polys every week or like what it is, lie detector tests every week or like what, but they don't speak on it. And then all his brother said was like, it's just part of the brotherhood and we just don't, you have to be part of it. And I was like, wow, that is hardcore. Also, the last thing they said is this dude said he wouldn't join because of the moral compass, bro. Delta, we need them. Baby killers, no problem. Oh, is that a baby? It's a terrorist baby. It needs to go in order to save America. Like for the United States. Like, dude, that baby's
That's like
gone.
The stereotypical Marine stuff you'd hear.
It's insane. But we need people like this.
They are trained to conduct missions such as sabotage, personnel and material retrieval, kidnapping, bomb damage assessment, hostage rescue, and counter-terrorism.
The coolest, dopest shit ever. You guys can go on the CIA's website and look at all the cool jobs. I highly encourage it. If you guys have been on any of the lives that we've done on Twitch, we've talked about it. We've gone through it live. You guys can go onto the CIA's website, look for job applications, and they'll start talking about little paramilitary stuff here, paramilitary jobs in here. So that might be a cool little insight. You guys are going to have to see the requirements. But SAD only pulls like internal from like Delta and DEVGRU. And that's pretty much it.
It's kind of cool. You will see some stuff show up on like Facebook every now and again. Like, who's this guy? What's his affiliation? But like whenever they actually release stuff, you'll actually see like even their equipment is blurred out. So when you're in a unit where the equipment itself is blurred out, you know you're doing some crazy stuff.
You can see through like walls and shit. Like like I told you, shit that don't even exist, bro.
Yeah, like actual like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare kind of stuff.
A DEVGRU is most definitely not the most classified unit in the U.S.
They
Armed
keep
Forces
saying
in the
it.
United States.
Like he's trying to prove a point. He's like, once again, they are not the most secretive. And it's just like, bitch, we've seen every fucking movie y'all put out. Like, we're fucking aware y'all not secret, bro. We've read all 15 books. Like, no.
He must have had one of them like write to him or something because he's been bringing it up a lot now.
Dude, he's brought it up. He literally has made it very clear that like of the three, DEVGRU is not the secretive one. And then they talked about like these units aren't really talked about. A lot of them are kept secret along with the assets because that's how SEAL Team 6 became a thing, if I'm correct. If I remember correctly, is it was during the Vietnam time frame? Fuck, actually, maybe that's not it. But due to like all the espionage and shit, they had SEAL Team 1. That was it. And then they were creating the other SEAL Team, but they called it SEAL Team 6. So that way people and all the insider threats and the spies inside would think that there would report to whoever that there were 6 teams. So they're like, oh, they're fully capable guys. There's a lot of them. So don't like fuck with them or something along the lines of that.
That's true. That's a pretty cool story. I've not heard that one yet.
Yeah. Oh man. You know what? I'm not even going to like edit this out or nothing. If someone research it after this has been posted and tell me if I'm a piece of shit liar or something. I think that's what I remember. But yeah.
Let's just say it's true because it sounds cool.
From my perspective, currently, the most secretive unit is CIA's Special Activities Division. Of course, from the list of the
my
units
God,
ever
bro.
Yeah, not a whole lot of dispersion though.
Yeah.
What is this clip?
Dude, one grenade, everybody dead, bro. Whole team done.
Just talking shit. Just
Easy
talking
work.
shit about these-
Is that it?
What the fuck? It was kind of like growing off of what we already talked about with the previous tiers. how you have the tier 2 and then you have the specialized people that end up moving into tier 1. Because again, there's always like that bigger fish. And like they were saying, that special unit inside the special unit.
What do you think is the most secretive one?
I think the ISA is a good one to say just because a lot of people don't know a lot about it. People might have heard about the ISA, just not known it was the ISA. Again, like they're saying, Task Force Orange and stuff. So they're a good one to go with. And again, just being the intelligence community, they know how to safeguard equipment a lot better than other units. Of course, CAG and DEVGRU are going to have people that sort of do that for them. But even whenever they're doing any sort of action, they have that trained intel mindset. So I feel like whatever they're doing, they have a smaller footprint, if that makes sense. What do you think?
Definitely. Most secretive amongst the 3, because at the end they threw in like SAD, which was kind of weird. ISA, fucking DEVGRU, and then Delta are all, you know, military internal, I guess. And then SAD is, you know, that external component of the agency. So I could see why they think it's the high speed of high speeds. I think that's just because it is the CIA. It's not the military, even though you have some pretty like special people in the military that get better authorizations and jurisdiction and stuff. The CIA can sort of bend the rules a little bit easier, I think. It's basically the spot for all those Delta, ISA, and SEAL Team 6 dudes to go do that same shit, but in the civilian sector. That's what it is, yeah. They're like, oh, you're a certified killer? Oh, hey, come here, dude. You want to keep doing that shit?
If you guys have heard some special stories as to why you might think some are a little bit more secretive than others. But again, some of the stories do come out eventually, so it's kind of cool when you do get to hear them. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comment section.
I want to see who was upset about SEAL Team 6 not being the end-all be-all, because I think it's going to... We're trying to put all you 6 and 7-year-olds on the big boys, not this shit that you just see in the movies, bro. If you guys really want to be cool, talk about these units people don't know, okay? All right, that's it. In the comments, let me know which one of those units you guys think is the most secret, which one's the most overrated, and which one you guys think is the most elite, okay? The coolest, okay? The most, like, badass hardcore one. If you guys like this type of content, go ahead and click that like button. If you guys don't like it, go ahead and dislike the video. But let me know down below in the comments how I can fix or improve for your guys' entertainment. If you want to stick around to see more stuff like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We post 2 to 3 times a week, so make sure you click the notification bell. And if you want to go beyond YouTube, feel free to check out my other social medias. Thanks for stopping by.